Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about how Wargaming are basically giving an already OP tank even more privileges and making it more OP. And of course, we're going to be talking about the Kampfpanzer 50T. So let's talk about the quote-unquote nerf this tank is getting. So the shell velocity on standard AP shells, well, it's now AP, we'll get to that in a second, is going to be nerfed from 1.4k to 1.2k. Interesting. That's definitely a nerf, right? Shell velocity on heat and HE was reduced by 100 meters per second. Sure, that's a tiny nerf, and you will never ever feel it. Now let's see what the actual benefits this tank is getting. Let's see the positive aspects that Wargaming are slapping on top of this tank. So the APCR shells are being changed to OP. So this means that there is a direct penetration buff, and this is because AP shells have more normalization. I don't think I need to explain what that means to most people, right? Now, on top of that, this tank is getting improved gunpowder provision. That's okay. I mean, it's not that cool, and I don't think I'll necessarily use it because it just increases your shell velocity. So basically, Wargaming removed the shell velocity from the actual tank, but then they gave it a provision which would allow it to have more shell velocity. Does that even make sense? So basically, this tank didn't even get a nerf in the first place, right? But we're getting to the most juicy part. This tank is getting tungsten shells. Tungsten shells. This tank has 3,677 points when it comes to DPM. When it comes to the DPM, right? It outshoots the current T62A in a 1 versus 1 gunfight. A T62A will lose when it comes to DPM. Now imagine the Kampfpanzer 50T with tungsten shells and then slapping adrenaline on top of it. This tank is going to shred you to pieces. This tank will absolutely shred you to pieces. Now, don't forget the armor profile of the Kampfpanzer as well. If you are a medium tank, you're not going to be penning this tank every single time. You might screw up, and your DPM is now even going to be less because you sort of screwed up, right? So the effectiveness of your DPM is going to go down in a 1 versus 1 brawl in this tank. So basically, Wargaming decide to nerf random tanks that are not OP. They're just normal. They're okay tanks. For example, the E5. Out of the blue, they're like, yeah, let's absolutely destroy the E5 and make sure everyone hates us. And then when it comes to the Kampfpanzer, they're like, let's give it tungsten shells just because we want to. And not really think about the consequences. Let's sell a few Kampfpanzers before the update, and let's see how the community likes it, and then maybe we can nerf it in the future. This is probably Wargaming's line of thinking, because, oh my god, this tank has insanely good weapon handling, better dispersion than the current T62A as well. Exactly the same aim time. It's also faster, and it has more armor than the current T62. So that is something you really need to think about when you're looking at this tank. So with that, Happy is out, and I'll definitely see you guys next time. Bye-bye.